Musk and his famous predictions. By now, everyone is familiar with the tech billionaire and his tweets, which have the immense ability of influencing the stock market and even the crypto space. Not surprisingly, this time too, Elon responded to a tweet in which he was asked, when will the next recession happen? And Elon's answer was not a very bright one. As you can see, according to Elon, things do not look good for the US economy, and this is seemingly bad news for the stock market. What happens if one day you wake up and it has finally happened, the recession that we are all fearing, and the plummeting prices of stocks along with it does not paint a pretty picture? Well, it is kind of funny that Elon Musk has even predicted when the big recession is going to happen. As usual, he tweeted that one should expect the recession around spring or summer 2022. So, according to Elon, we do not have much time left. Elon's bearish instincts are warning him of economic problems looming ahead. To make matters worse, the Federal Reserve is planning to raise the rates 3 times more this year. However, despite all this, Tesla's quarterly report indicates good news. So, what do we conclude from this? Will only Elon Musk be able to survive the recession? What about you and I? Well, there's no need to panic. On one hand, Elon Musk is warning of an impending recession, while on the other hand, the world's biggest stock trader, Nancy Pelosi, is not of the same opinion. In case you didn't know, Nancy Pelosi is a politician serving as Speaker for the United States House of Representatives, and with the kind of impressive contacts and insider knowledge that she has, it is hard to believe Elon's warnings of a recession when a distinguished politician firmly believes that the US economy will thrive. At crossroads, are we not? Whom to believe? It is not an easy decision to make, considering that there are other billionaires out there who have publicly expressed that they fear a recession for the US economy. Let's take Ray Dalio for example. Like Elon Musk, he too recently expressed that the future of the US economy seems to be heading downhill. Moreover, he also added that China will prove to be a tough competitor for the US. Warren Buffett's longtime business partner and close friend, Charlie Munger, is also supportive of Ray's statements regarding China's economy compared to the US. In the 2020 interview, Charlie Munger was all praises for China's economy. Let's hear it from the man himself.
The other thing that's really remarkable, the last 30 years of China, they have had real economic growth at a rate for 30 years that no big country has ever had before in the history of the world. And who did that? A bunch of communist Chinese. Now that is really remarkable. So if you're studying finance, you got a lot of strange things to account for.
Bob Riedenthal, who is a PhD in 1979 from aeronautical engineering, asked, so how would you rate investing in China with the current political tensions? Or you invested in China through the ownership of American companies that do business in China?
Well, of course I'm invested partly in American companies that do business in China, including Coca-Cola. And of course, I've had very successful experience there. And I think it's likely to continue. The Chinese story is the damnedest thing it's the damnedest thing that ever happened to a big country in terms of economics. No other big country ever got ahead this fast.
So, it would seem that indeed, the US economy seems to be in trouble. Again, the S&P 500 stock market chart seems to mock these beliefs. If we look at the stock market chart, Elon Musk's prediction seemed to be a joke. After 2020's stock market crash, stock prices are only clicking an upward spiral. But, as you all know, the stock market is always volatile and unpredictable. We cannot rely on Elon Musk's prediction of a recession, nor Nancy Pelosi's promise of an economic boom to make decisions regarding our stocks. In the stock market, staying away from the press and trusting your own research and gut instincts is always the wisest thing to do. You cannot win in the stock market if you solely make decisions based on the headlines or what billionaires are saying. The best investment practices entail following your investing strategies. And if you don't have a strategy, don't worry. Watch the next video where Warren Buffett explains about investing mistakes that all investors tend to make at some point. This way, you will be able to have your own strategy and you will not panic and blow up your stock market game, recession or no recession. Most importantly, you will then be able to tread on the path which leads to long-term wealth creation. And I'm assuming that's what you want, right? If you got great value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.